Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Lover Pretend. And last time we got Kazuma's good ending. Well, okay, we technically got his best ending, the happy ending, whatever. And right now we are going to start. Okay, we're not going to start shit because my computer's starting shit, and by starting shit I mean it's like blatantly screaming in my ear. Anyway. We're going to start his good ending. I feel like we should be able to at least get the good ending in this part, but we'll see. Why in the world does it still feel like it's screaming in my ear? It's not, but every once in a while there's just music notes that are like, "Doo-doo! Doo-doo-doo!" What the hell? Anyway, good lord. Anyway, we're going to start the good ending. So I've loaded our save file, and we were on our date with Kazuma, and he was talking about his ex-girlfriend, and we're supposed to now at this point say, I'd like to hear more. Oh, actually, I'd like to hear more. For real? Don't you feel jealous at all? Right now, I'm not so sure. I am curious about your ex, though. I'd be interested to know what she liked about you, for instance. What did she like about you? You really just see me as a friend no matter what. And that, we lost love points. Well, we didn't, whatever. And this will actually get to skip. Oh, yeah, that's true. If we're starting in episode 5, then. And we'll get to skip our pretend time, so this will be the first time we get to see it. I also forgot that there is a common route bad ending, so we'll probably do that one as well. It's at the very end of all Kazuma's, like, bad ending things, so ask Kazuma for it. I want to try it myself, but I'll die of embarrassment if I initiate. With that in mind, I decided to request it. Then, please go ahead. Gotcha. You ready? As we faced each other, I had to wonder if we were going to duel instead of hug. And then here comes the hug. As Kazuma's arms slowly wrapped around me. Okay. Oh, hey, Ichido. That's the name I forgot when we're going to them. Like, they're missing what's-his-face. You kind of like throw him in the background so you don't know. But it's like, he's got a route because you got the card for him. Are you being my guardian? Could you be worried that Seina's going to make a move on me? Like he did at the camp? So what if I am? The guy moves fast. You're acting like my guardian, Kazuma. No, not your guardian. If it wasn't clear, I'll spell it out for you. I don't want you to meet Yukito alone with no one else around. When I saw how stern Kazuma's face was, my breath caught in my throat. Because, are you being my guardian? He's like, not your guardian. Choose an outcome. All answers correct. 3 or 4 answers correct. 1 or 2 answers correct. If you're skipping pretend time, make sure to select 1 or 2 answers correct. Okay. I mean, technically, I guess we could have done pretend time and then chosen the other answers to see opposite choices, but I guess it doesn't really make much of a difference now. Too bad. Oh, that's him. Oh, okay. After a long pause, Kazuma sighed. Anyway. Pretend time result should have been bad, so definitely. It's alright. There's just too much, too speeding going through, so I'm a little less stressed out, being like, oh god, I gotta choose answers! Skipping pretend time, so it's fine. If you want to see what the other choices and things like that were, you can get the game and play it and do it. Whip out your copy and do it. I wasn't thinking about that, because sometimes I do like to see the other things, but we don't always see every single choice things, Friends is right. Friends is right. Like I told you, we've been friends since junior high. Best friends, you could say. I live pretty close, and it isn't unusual for a close friend to visit every day, is it? Makes sense. Not lying, right? We were pretending to be a couple, but we really are just friends. I bet you're with that guy you were talking to. Huh? And then they're like, you guys are dating. And he's like, wait, what? And we're like, oh, this is interesting. Let the timer run out, it says, for some of these results. Well, we're going to skip pretend time, obviously. But, like, it says let timer run out. We're not really a couple. Pretend time. Choose an outcome. 1 or 2 answers correct again. Pretend time. Result bad. And no, now we get the good ending. Oh, okay. So we'll definitely have time to do the bad endings in this one. Or some of them. Kazuma, we aren't a real couple. We were only pretending to be in a relationship. As I repeated myself, Kazuma's eyes went wide in shock. Okay. And then he's thinking, oh, this is when he remembers. Okay. I mean, it just says good ending. It doesn't. So I'm assuming we at least had other choices in the other one. So I don't think we'll get to the date at the aquarium. Anyway. After Kazuma regained his memories, his test came back normal and he was discharged a few days later. After the broken bone in his right hand healed, he went back to work. His mom seemed to have very mixed feelings about him returning to his job as a stylist. Still, she acknowledged his decision after seeing how stubborn he was about keeping it. Okay, so this kind of like skips over all of, whatever. A month had passed since the accident, and we were well into December. Are you still there? Are you still all there, Kazuma? Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Did you phrase it better? Kazuma had regained his usual spirit, and we were hanging out at a cafe. So the good ending is like, we're at least still friends. Sorry. Been a while since you got discharged, so I was wondering how you're feeling, that's all. And aside, my head's totally fine, thank you very much. I can remember each and every thing about you from the last 10 years. Then what event did I participate in during our last junior high sports festival? A long-distance race, right? You've always had good stamina. And what's my least favorite food? Dried sardines, I'm pretty sure. Said dead fish eyes scare ya. What music do I usually listen to? All instrumental? It's easier to focus on writing when the music doesn't have lyrics, right? Ew, Kazuma! You know so much about me that it's skeeving me out. Hey, you're the one who asked! I'm just messing with you. We both laughed and I took a sip of my black tea. I'm so glad the old Kazuma's back. We can joke around just like we used to. Right, so about my hand. It's almost completely healed. They said the cast can come off next week. Oh, so you can go back to work soon. Yeah, and they say they're gonna work me hard instead of me doing rehab. Director Makino's gonna start filming in the new year. Once that happens, I'll be working full-time. This Kayama's really eager to make sure I get my muscle memory back. Getting a cold sweat just thinking about it. Team Makino, huh? I wonder if all the prep's going smoothly. Ultimately, I'd only helped as Professor Asagi's assistant. Now that the script was completed, he judged that there wasn't much for me to do at the studio. Sometimes Makino would text me things like, "This is awful, I'm gonna die, or I'm dead." Shijima and Seina had both been cast as dual leads. There had even been an official announcement about it. I hadn't heard it from the studio, but I'd seen it on TV. I feel a little left out now that I'm not involved as much anymore. It's kind of like when we were dating, when we did the good ending, or the happy ending, and we were dating Kazuma, we were still kind of involved the whole way through, and now we're like just tossed out. See? It's like denying your love for your best friend means you also don't get to play with the movie. Most of the work on the script takes place in early production, yeah? But we're grateful for Professor Asagi's work, and you did a good job too. You should be proud. Great job too. I'm sorry, I did a great job. Read that wrong. You're right. Thanks. I'll tell you what I can about the filming. Search for your dad might have stalled, but I'll try to keep looking around for you too. I appreciate that, but don't force yourself to do it. I'm not as obsessed with finding him as I used to be. Yeah, hunting for your dad's important, but now you're looking toward the future. You just submitted a script for a contest recently, right? Yeah, I wrote it while you were in the hospital. The result of this round will be posted soon. The award's open to both pros and amateurs, so I'm not super confident I'm gonna win. But after this, I'm gonna keep writing scripts and submitting them to contests. That's the spirit. We both gotta do our best from now on. Yeah, We enjoyed our tea and pancakes, then left the cafe around sunset. We met up, had tea, and talked about the future. And it feels like a date. The thought tickled me as we chatted on the way home. At one point, Cosima spoke up as if he just remembered something. Hey, Spacey, what's up? I'm back at the cafe when I said we needed to do our best. Yeah, what about it? I was just thinking, things got a little fuzzy with my whole memory loss. Let's end the pretend relationship once I go back to work full time. Somehow I wasn't surprised. Maybe I'd been expecting him to say that. Enough time's passed that people aren't really talking about it anymore. And even if they ask, we can just tell them that we broke up. Yeah. It might be better than dragging this out. This pretend romance had been born out of my own carelessness. Since then, Kazuma and I had been bound by that cover story. I love Kazuma. Just know it. But does that really come from my heart, or am I letting the narrative control me? I'm not sure. So, maybe we should go back to our old relationship and start over from there. This lie had to end eventually. I think this is a good stopping point, too. Yeah, we'll still be friends even if we're not a couple. You're right. We're just going back to how we used to be. What was I feeling as I tried to convince myself? I wasn't sure. I simply shook my head. Well, there's less than a week until you go back, so been fun. Yeah, I do have one favor to ask, though. Favor? Including the time when I lost my memories, the last month for me has been totally blank, you know? Still doing physical therapy, but I'm not sure everything will go smoothly when I return to work. So I want to have courage and confidence. Cosima nodded with a determined expression, reached out and touched my hair. Before I go back to my job, will you be my model for just one day? Cosima opened his right hand and clenched it. Clench open, clench open. Cosimo repeated the motion a few times, then puffed out his chest. Alright, nothing feels wrong. Cosima's hand is back to 100%. Why are you speaking in third person? Cosima paid my retort no mind and started arranging his makeup tools. It was now just a few days before he was due to return to work. As promised, I'd come to Cosima's house to serve as his model. I wonder which foundation I should use. It's already winter, so liquid might be better than powder. I'll use this as the base. I'm not sure what color I want for the eyes. It should complement your skin tone. It looks like you're preparing to do a lot more than just my hair this time. Yeah, my first job when I get back to work is going to be makeup for a promotional photo shoot. Sounds like they're going for a light and darkness theme to contrast the dual leads. Miss Kayama's been racking her brain about it. Wow, what a challenge. Can't wait to see how it looks. Hey, wait, dual leads? Is this for our movie? Yeah, and... Aren't they both men? Yeah. Okay, so what does that have to do with me? Nah, I'm not saying you're gonna sub in for either of them. Really? This is just styling job to help me get back in the groove. I want to get used to doing this again. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Which means I'm gonna try a bunch of things on you this time. Spacey of light and Spacey of darkness, eh? Should I contrast your skin tone? It depends on the light source. Please try not to go overboard. Kazuma lined up a palette of natural colors, muttering to himself. Subtle shades caught my attention. Feels like it's been forever since you did my makeup. Yeah, now that you mention it. This time it's going to be more awesome than usual. The agency let me borrow things to practice with so I can try out a bunch of expensive stuff on you. Again, try to rein it in just a little. While we were chatting, Kazuma finished getting things ready. Alright, let's get started. Kazuma touched my cheek with a finger to check its texture. That's nice. Skin's in great shape for makeup, like a perfectly smooth canvas. He dipped a cotton ball in something wet and got to coating my skin, sorry. I'd feel his hand behind the cool sensation. He's touching me this close, I feel so flustered. It never used to affect me. I wonder why. It was a rhetorical question. I knew the answer better than anyone. Alright, moisturizing complete. And next I'll put in some primer and foundation. Cosmo used a sponge to apply foundation to my cheeks, nose, and brow. I began to feel sure of something as I enjoyed the process. I know our pretend romance will be over once Cosmo goes back to work, but I don't think we can completely go back to how we used to be. After all... I don't see any uneven spots. Now comes the hard part, making it look three-dimensional. Cosmo's so precious to me. His serious face when he's focused on work is so handsome. Spacey, could you close your eyes? Huh? Wait, my heart's not ready. What are you talking about? Can't do your eye makeup if they're open. Oh, right, my makeup. Calm down, Spacey. He's like, can you close your eyes? I'm not ready for you to kiss me. He's like, what? I nervously closed my eyes as he asked. As my vision was sealed off, I became acutely aware of the sounds and sensations on my skin. I shuddered at the soft rustle of cloth and the touch of fingers on my face. Your eyelid color changes how people perceive your face. So I gotta make this look good. A brush tip softly colored my eyelids. Then, now for the last part. I'm gonna touch your lips. Okay. I did my best to appear calm, but I could hardly bear it. Pencil tracing the edge of my lips felt just like Kazuma's fingertips. What am I thinking? Kazuma's just focused on my makeup. I desperately tried to mask my bashfulness. This is like so heart-wrenching. You're like, no, stop. How is this the good ending? It feels sad. I think it's coming together. Are you finished? I haven't seen you this unsure of yourself in a while. You're usually more confident in your work. It's been a pretty long time. Anyway, take a look. Wow. Kazuma handed me a mirror and I couldn't believe what I saw. My skin looked perfect and my cheeks had a healthy blush. My eye makeup made me look determined, but the eyebrows gave me a gentle air. As for lips, they were full and voluptuous, like the current trend. It was as if I were looking at the heroine of a movie. Kazuma, this is incredible. It's like you cast a magic spell to turn me into someone new. Thanks. Still have a long way to go. I'm not good enough to take on a job by myself yet, and I got a lot to learn. That goes for me too. I guess it'll be a race to see who gets ahead first. Yeah, bring it on. If I write a script for a movie one day, will you help me with my hair and makeup? You bet I will. And not just for work either. Anytime you need to look good for someone, just give me a call. Like for my wedding? Might have teased Kazuma a little too much. He went silent for a moment. Then a wide grin spread across his face. Could you imagine your future husband doing your makeup and everything? Like, you look perfect, sweetie. I gotta go do my own shit. And then like, you know what I mean? Like, you do my makeup better than anyone. So like, why would I let anyone do my makeup on our wedding day? Yeah, it's a once-in-a-lifetime event. You can count on me for your bridal makeup. Look at his sweet face right now. It hurts because you're like, I want you to be our groom, though. So, make sure you choose the right partner. I know. Still pretty far off anyway. I'll be counting on you if it ever happens. I want you to make me the prettiest girl on earth. Yep, it's a promise. I won't forget. Not even if I lose my memory again. Don't talk like it's gonna happen. Alright, let's move on to your hair next. Still need plenty of practice. We both laughed. It was a precious, happy moment that I wished would never end. I'm sure we won't have as much time to joke around like this in the future. Regardless, this was the path we'd chosen. We might never become a real couple. And yet, the bond we shared made us closer than any official couple out there. Oh, it's so heartbreaking, though. It's like, oh, I guess you have to think that, like, you know, maybe we will get together. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's still open to the possibility, but it's like, aw. Oh, dear gosh. I have to come over here and mute just in case there's, like... I like the credits for the good ending the best. You know, just because it's like, it looks like a little notebook, but this is like, oh, hi, you know, whatever. This is just like everybody's, not like Kazuma specific. Like, I do hope this isn't gonna be like every other game that we've played recently where you're like, okay, I like the best ending, yes, but like I'm assuming that the other ending, these are gonna be the same credits for everything. Like the happy ending one is specific to the character, so that makes sense. We'll sit through it. It's cute. You see the things, but this is probably gonna be generic, you know, and it's kind of like, all right. But I hope every single bad ending and every single good ending, we don't have to sit through the credits every time because that drives me crazy. Like, once we've seen it once, it's like, we've seen this, like in the screenshot. So now if we have to do 4 bad endings for Kazuma and we have to sit through the like, it takes so fucking long. It's just, it takes so long. Like, I don't have enough to say about the ending to like fill in, you know? Or Riku just passing out. I want to know if he's like freaking got narcolepsy or whatever. Again, that's like a mystery we totally forgot about. Like, and the bad endings will probably go a little bit faster unless we've got to sit through the credits 42 times. Then it's going to take longer, but okay. Hi, bird. Hi. Do we get an after story on the good ending? I wonder. Let's see. Yes, no, no, yes, no. It's just like, oh, we do. Okay, cool. There we go. Oh, sorry. I hit the wrong button. A few days passed. I was moving to put the volume back on. Today was the day Kazuma would head back to work full time. Sitting at home, I watched the clock in a cold sweat. I can't believe the writing contest results come out on the same day Kazuma goes back to work. We're posted on the website at 3 p.m. So freaking nervous! There was no turning back now, though. I'd given it my best shot. Hope I did well, though. I want to make my mentor proud after he coached me along the way, and I want to continue Mom's legacy, too. As I waited, fretting all the while, the clock finally ticked over to 3. 1 hour later, I was lying on the grass at the park, staring absently up at the sky. I didn't make the cut. This writing contest had been a small one, but some of the entrants had a great deal of experience. Plenty of skilled professional writers had made it through the preliminaries. I'd seen it coming, to be honest. So like, because I was wondering if this was the script we wrote about Kazuma, right? And like in the happy ending, it's like we entered into a contest, but we have no idea what the results are. So like if they ever did a fan disc, because I don't know how old this game is. I mean, obviously it just came out for us in English, but I don't know when the original release was. Like sometimes games, it's like, oh, it's a 4-year-old game, and sometimes it's like this one was just released like in Japan and then it's already picked up for localization. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it happens fast and sometimes it's years. And sometimes you're like, this game is 22 years old. I mean, like, how old is Amnesia? Freaking forever old, and they finally localized later in Crowd. Like, hello, it's about time! Like, someone needs to do Diabolic Lovers next, okay? I'm just saying. Everybody keeps asking for that, and it's like, I can't read Japanese. There is a fan translation patch, but you have to jailbreak your Vita, and we never played any of the Vita games on my actual Vita. It was on my Vita TV card, so we couldn't play it even if I wanted to jailbreak my Vita, because I probably could figure out how to hook it up, but like all the equipment I had to hook wasn't for my Vita, you know what I mean? And it's not like the Switch where you just pop it in and it plugs in and easy to do, you know? I could probably figure it out. I figured everything else out, but it's like right now my brain is like, I don't know, it's hard. But like still, you know what I mean? It's like, can we just, everybody wants it. And you can see like dark games and like, ooh, questionable content. We eat that shit up, so I'm just saying. I think it's just because, is that one, by Rejet? Is that the one that one? I remember that it's more the company that's like, we don't know about localizing shit. I mean, Idea Factory does it all the time. I'm just saying. See how good all their stuff picks up? Like, we're slurping it like noodles over here. Like, give us more. Like, anyway. But I'm just saying, like, they leave it kind of open, like, if there were ever a fan disc, like, oh, okay, maybe our script got picked up, and this is more because it's not the best ending, like, the script didn't get picked up. You know what I mean? Or win an award. But I'm sure it's the script about Kazuma, you know? Kind of like in the other one, we were there through production, and we helped with the film, and this time we've been cut out, you know? So, like, overall, like, the happy ending is everything is good, and this one you're like, things are okay. Not even like, this is awesome and this sucks. No, everything is just meh. I never expected to do that well, really. Still, I can't help but feel disappointed. I let a sigh escape toward the sky. I was planning to get everyone together for a big reunion if I survived the preliminaries. What should I tell Kazuma? We already reached out to Nishijima and the others, and we made reservations at a pub. I don't know who this is. Is it Kazuma? Who is it? Anyway, someone is saying, "Oh, what's up? Your face looks cloudier than an overcast sky." Oh, it is Kazuma. Kazuma? What? You at work? Work's already done. They said they were going to throw me into the thick of things, but I did just get back from sick leave. Miss Kazuma said to leave early. Oh, Miss Kayama. Did I read Miss Kazuma? I was trying to go because my volume just cranked up, and I was like, the fuck? Anyway. Oh, I see. What are you doing here? It's time for your contest results, but you never responded to my ring. Figured you'd be at this park since you like to come here during breaks between writing. Saw right through me. And? You don't look happy, so I can guess how it went. Yeah, actually... Oof. Dropped in the first round. That's rough. To be honest, I thought I'd make it through at least one round, but I underestimated the competition. Contest was open to pros too, wasn't it? There are lots of awards for rookie writers, so you're just getting started. You're right. I can't let this one failure drag me down. Yeah, that's the spirit. I've always been watching how hard you work, so I know you got this. Thanks, Kazuma. And you? How was your first day back at work? They complimented me, saying it was like I never even left. All thanks to you for letting me practice on you. Wow, that's impressive. I feel like you're pulling ahead of me. What are you talking about? All you need to do is win one award to overtake me. You should puff out your chest and say that you'll give me your autograph now since you'll be famous one day. I'm not you, Kazuma. Hey, don't shove facts in my face like that. It hurts. So by that logic, does that mean that you won't do my makeup anymore once you make it big? Good question. I wonder. Isn't this when you tell me I'm special? Gosh, you really have no idea how women think. Ow, that hurts! Why are you pinching my nose? You still haven't noticed. Huh? For all this time, I don't need to tell you that you're special. Because... Oh my god, are you gonna kiss me? Oh my god, we're getting to CG. You kiss us? Oh my god. Oh, but he's whispering in our ear. Oh my god, this one's cute. I love it. I leave it. I was gonna be like, I like it, and then I love it, and it was I leave it. Whatever. You've always been special to me from the very beginning. Something brushed against my cheek, and my eyes flew wide as I floundered in a fluster. Was that what I think it was? That wasn't a brush or a cotton puff. It was much, much softer and warm. Kazuma, what was that for? You're the one who said today's the last day of our pretend relationship. Which means we're still a couple right now, yeah? What a circular argument! I was about to protest, but another warm kiss on the cheek silenced me. What? Still, just because we're done pretending doesn't mean we can't date for real after this, right? The good ending is pretty good then. You don't play fair. You don't wanna? I never said that. I turned away in embarrassment. I still don't even have an answer to this kiss. Surely I would have one before long, though. After all, a pretend relationship was at its end. Something else was blooming in its place. A new relationship for both of us. This is like, I feel like you should do the good ending before you do the best ending. You get to good, it's like, because this is like, oh, something is going to start, and then you do the best ending where you're like, oh, we're like in the middle. I thought it was going to be like, oh, okay, they're leaving it open, and then the after thing is like, yeah, we left it open, but like, we're also dating now. Like, that's so cute, I love it. Oh. Alright, I mean, 30 minutes? Yeah, we've got time to do some bad endings. We'll see how long they take. Alright, our first one is save file 5, which is actually this one. Yes. Okay. And pretend time. If you're skipping, select all answers incorrect. Oof. Oh, wait. Shouldn't we be skipping? Wait a minute. It says let the timer run out of all choices. I thought we were skipping, though. Why is it not letting me skip them? Wait a minute. Why is it not letting me skip? Pretend skip time is on. Why is it not letting me skip them, though? Huh. Anyway, I'm letting everything run out. I don't understand why it's not letting me... It wasn't letting me skip pretend time. You know what I mean? I don't like that. I don't like that it's not letting me skip pretend time because I happen to save the game. Like, before... Sorry I'm not reading the things, but I just don't... I don't understand that just because I saved the save files, why would we not let me... Like... Huh. Pretend time result is the trust was lost. If we, like... How will you resolve the issue? Or not? I don't know. Huh. I don't like that I turned it on, but because it wasn't on when we saved, that I'm not going to be able to skip pretend time in any of our things, ever. Like, I don't like that at all. That's the whole point of having it on. You know what I mean? Anyway. You finally get what a terrible guy your old pal Kazuma Kamakubo is. I'm always telling you to count on me, but it's only because I don't want to let you go. I feel like you'll get away from me if you start growing as a person. I tell you to grow up and move forward, but I'm the last person who would ever want to see that happen. Truly beyond help. No idea. Such darkness lurked beneath Kazuma's cheerful mask this whole time. I thought he was my best friend, but I knew nothing about him. Feels good to get that off my chest. The relationship's officially over. Do whatever you want. Luckily for you, there's plenty of other guys around for you to lean on. Kazuma finished and turned away from me. Okay, I will do what I want. I took Kazuma's hand. The same hand had pulled me along towards a brighter future, giving me a push from behind when I needed it. Sorry. What are you doing? Are you feeling sorry for me? No, I want to apologize. Genuinely sorry that I never realized how you felt. Tears welled up in my eyes and spilled forth. The way you think frightens me a little, but I want to embrace you, flaws and all. Otherwise, I'll never be able to pay you back for everything you've done for me. Still, I know that you won't let me. Yeah. My fault for saying you should do what you want. Let me be a little more direct. Let's break it all off. Big romance and everything else between us. Okay. I'm gonna go live my life without you. Aww. Kazuma took one step away from me, then another. Perhaps we'd meet again one day, once we both matured. Or maybe this was the last time I'd ever see him. It's kind of sad. This is actually like the worst bad ending. We're not even going to just stay friends. But then again, it's kind of like, if we're not going to be in a relationship and we can't, like, we're at the point where it's like, it'd be too hard for him to stay friends with us, you know? Either way, I wanted to burn this moment into my memory. Hi, Kazuma. You were my ride here. Kazuma's muscular arms embraced me. His grip was so strong it hurt. It marked the end of our relationship and the start of something else. End in a beginning. Aww. Bad end for realsies. Yeah. I don't like that when you've changed the options that just because I started it, pretend time it doesn't let you skip them. You know what I mean? So this is save file 4, which is our next bad ending. Because it's like, what's the point of having skip time and saving before these if I can't skip them? You know what I mean? I just don't like that. I think that that's kind of stupid, like, that you can't we're supposed to, like, let the timer run out for everything. Although you could probably choose the opposite because all the answers would be incorrect. I'm sorry. I know we could be reading the things, but it just annoys me, and now I just don't want to. I don't want to read it because it's kind of like we should just be able to skip this. And I really don't like that the game doesn't let you skip pretend time when you've turned that on just because you happen to save at the pretend time. Like, it doesn't recognize your choice. You know what I mean? In the options. And I don't know. I feel like that's a huge flaw that they should have picked up in QA. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you can't skip the pretend time if you save here, and that's stupid. Like, my option, just because my option wasn't set when I saved this doesn't mean it's not set now. So, like, and if the game's prompting me to save before these, I'd expect that it would save my choice and know, like, okay, I'm skipping the pretend time, so I don't have to, like, actually, like, you know? But anyway. Huh? What'd you just say? The meek voice didn't reach Kazuma's ears. No, that wasn't it. Even if he'd heard me, his heart couldn't accept it. What's wrong, Spacey? You've gone all quiet. Oh, I get it. All this talk about being a couple made you shy. Yeah, that. Couldn't meet Kazuma's cheery gaze, but I managed to get a few words out. Anyway, I'm going to go home. Alright, cool beans. I'll email you once I know when I'm going to be discharged. We don't say that anymore. Alright, I need to get my slang up to date. Once I'm out, we can go on dates again like a regular old couple. Like to the movies. Yeah. Did you not get the pretend? Should I really have said that? I doubt Kazuma would have been confused if I told the truth. I was afraid to know how he'd look at me if he knew I was lying. So selfish. Oh, we must have, that's true. We told him we weren't a real couple in the real ending. So this one, we must have let him believe that we were a couple still. Not long afterward, Kazuma was discharged from the hospital. He then returned to his normal home life. Well, it was normal on the outside, but he was still 10 years behind. Honestly, I wasn't sure how to treat him at first. It took me about a week to get used to it. Today we had plans to meet up at the train station, so he doesn't get his memories back. Hey, Spacey, you're here. Yep, how are you feeling? Today? Pretty good. I can take this cast off soon. Cosmo showed me his right hand, which had since been put in a cast. Oh, he actually have a brace on his hand. I was hiding the text box to be like, bullshit, he doesn't have a cast, but he does. Wow. Once the cast was off, he could start physical therapy, but that didn't make me feel any better. That's good to hear. Yeah, I've been waiting forever to take this off. I want to give you a big hug after all. You know, since you're my girlfriend. Sure. After that day, I chose to bury the lie. Cosmo slowly began to recover his memories. Those memories were terribly distorted. Anyway, sure I'm glad I remembered. Would have been terrifying amnesia forever. I can't believe I forgot we were together, too. I almost made you cry. So he, remembers, oh yeah, I remember us dating, and it's like, but they were fake dating? Lovers. That was the lie we spun so long ago. And now Cosmo was sure it was the truth. He showed no signs of remembering anything. Not the reason we started pretending to be lovers. Not the reason we kept up the act. Not the breakup cover story we concocted in order for us to move forward. None of it. Oh yeah, about work. Talked it over with my mom, and I think I'm going to quit after all. What? That Kayama lady tried to talk me out of it, but I'd just be a burden with no skills to speak of. So I figured I'd better leave. Oh, I see. Oh, and this one's awful. We feel bad because we're, pretending to be lovers with him. But, now he's going to quit his job. Oh, this one's the worst for Kazuma. Sorry. You were so supportive of me, too. If that's your choice, then I'm sure it was the right one. When would Kazuma finally remember the truth? So I'm going to find a steady job. And one day I'll, pop the question. Pop what question? You know, the one proposal a man makes to his girlfriend. When we visited your mom and grandma's gravesite, I made them a promise. I told them I'd spend the rest of my life making you happy. Facing Cosmo with this innocent smile, I stifled a sob and made up my mind. I don't care if his memories never came back. I didn't care. This was fine. Everything was fine. The lie worked well enough. There's nothing to worry about. Kazuma was my lover. Oh, there is something bad about that because it's like we know how it works out in the good ending and the happy ending, right? Like, oh, you're in love with him, so it's different, right? But like, there's just something about this where you're like, oh, yeah, we're dating, Cosima. Okay, sure. And like, I don't know if she was fully into being in a relationship with him, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like you've decided you're going to tell Kazuma, like in the good ending and everything, oh, we were fake dating and whatever, and then you're like, I think she was kind of on this, I think I really do have feelings for Kazuma type of a thing, you know? But like here, you didn't know his feelings. So you're like, yeah, no, we're dating, right? Uh-huh. And you're like, I hope he doesn't remember, this is fine. But you have to feel guilty even if you have feelings for that person because you're like, I've convinced them that we're dating and we're really not. And they're not in love with me, but they think they are, but they never really were. And like, this is all like, and I don't know if she was fully sold in her feelings yet. Like, I think I have feelings for him, but it's kind of like, maybe I have feeling, and now we're going to get married. Fuck. You know what I mean? And like, that's awful. I mean, the bad endings so far, like the first one is very much like, this is tragic and sad because he's like, I'm just an awful person and like, never gonna talk to you again. We need to go our own ways. And you're like, oh, this hurts. Especially because it's not like, I think it'd just be better if we just stopped being friends and like, whatever, because I love you and you're never gonna think that way about me. He was just like, straight up in that, like, I'm a horrible person. Which again, it's like, I feel that's bullshit. But sure, whatever, game. But like in that ending, it's like, we have nothing but his word at that point. And we're like, oh, okay, and then we just peace out. But it was almost like he hugs you at the end. And it wasn't metaphorical. I think he did just like hug you goodbye, and then it's like, all right, peace. And it's like, I'm not sure if that's better or worse than him being like, yeah, I'm just an asshole, so screw you, and then storming off, or being like, I'm an asshole, and like, I'm always gonna miss you. And then piecing out, and you're like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I don't like it. Like, it's bad for that, and then this is, like, bad for totally different reasons. You're like, no, poor Kazuma. He has no agency in his life, no choice. He's gonna quit the job that he loved. Like, he's never gonna fully be himself again. That's really sad. Anyway. And again, I'm gonna bitch because it's really stupid that they make us save for pretend time, and we don't even get to technically skip it. I'm sorry, bird. Reevaluate your relationship. So we're gonna lose this trust too. We're supposed to all answers are supposed to be incorrect, but we let the timer run out on the first 3 questions. So okay, we're hesitating. This is the second one. Anyway. I'm sorry, I'm skipping through the choices because, like, technically, we shouldn't even be reading this at all. Again, it's really going to annoy me, and I'm going to say that for the rest of the game, so just get used to it. Like, so this is, oh, we don't have a choice in this one. We don't have a choice, blah, 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 not reading it, sorry. Maybe? Should you keep up the act? Maybe? He looks so sad as the puzzle pieces cover his whole face. The trust is lost. Oh, you hear that shattering. Is it really alright for us to keep pretending? I already told you I don't mind. I mean, we're dating whether it's real or not. That's all I want. Hey, does Kazuma understand? The relationship can never evolve into anything else if it's just a lie. It might work for now, but it's gonna turn ugly for both of us one day. Alright, well, let's go do something fun next time, as a couple. Yeah, okay. And it's I don't care if it's fake or not, we're dating. I'm happy with that. And you're like, but this is when we should have the conversation, and we just don't. I half-heartedly nodded along as Kazuma made plans for us. And so now in this one, it's going to be I'm in a relationship and I'm married and I'm not sure I want to be married, but he's happy. And in the other one, you're like, I love him, but he doesn't know that he doesn't really love me and he doesn't have his memories and it's okay. Oh. All the while, I stared at the title of the film on the TV screen. My fears turned out to be correct. Before long, the relationship began to lead us along rather than the other way around. Slowly but surely, Cosimo's heart shattered until... No, I shouldn't say any more. Till shattered until what? After all, I... What the fuck happened? Oh my god! It shattered into what? Oh no! Stop it! That's the worst one because it just leaves it open. How dare you, game? Anyway, all right. This is our last bad ending. We're gonna lose all of our trust again. If you're skipping pretend time, I wish I could, but the game won't let you when you frickin' save at pretend time, and that's stupid. Never gonna get over it. I wish there was a way to, like, you know, set it to skip. Huh. Well, like, that's skip. What's this? Huh. Option? No, because it's like, it still won't let you even though it's on. Oh, it's been previously cleared. That's why. Never mind. That's why. Okay, never mind. So I can't bitch at the game about it. Because the game doesn't think this has been previously cleared. Even though in all technicality it has, and the game kind of should know that, it doesn't. You know. Do you know why? Anyway, okay, that makes sense. So we saved here in the game, even though we've cleared it, because we finished the game and it should know that we've done all these scenes because it knows we've read all the rest of this. You know what I mean? It's acting like we haven't already cleared this. And yet it's skipping text that we've read. So like, it does know we've cleared it, but it also is acting like we haven't cleared it. You know what I mean? So, which is weird. It's very bizarre. It's very bizarre that it'll, like, it knows we've read this text, so technically it knows we've cleared this, but it's treating it as if we haven't cleared it yet. So that's really weird. Anyway, I'm assuming that's what's happening here, but I really wish we could skip all the pretend times, but anyway. Hard to pressure upon him when he's doing this. Okay, hold on. The trust is going to be lost. I know I technically could have read those, all the things, but I just, whatever. Trust was lost. Because if we were skipping pretend time like we should be, again, that's really annoying. But anyway. Sorry. I don't know what you think I've done wrong. Cosmo, why are you... It's the boyfriend's job to value his girlfriend. Did I say anything wrong? Well... Yes, you did. You're misunderstanding. Oh. Miss Kayama? What are you doing here? I was worried, so I took a seat nearby to listen in. I'd have gone home if it went smoothly, but I was starting to get a bad feeling about it. Miss Kayama glared at Kazuma. You still don't seem to get it, so I'll spell it out for you. Kazuma, anyone can see that you're too dependent on her. Dependent? Me? Yeah, you're so worried about her that you can't see anything else. No, that's not true. I think. Okay, then tell me this. Can you imagine life without her? Life without her? It can be anything. Whether she gets a new partner, moves overseas, or even dies an early death. Well, thanks a lot. Are you confident enough to go on with your life if she disappears from it? Asuma? Say something. Remember that time when we weren't talking after we graduated high school? Imagine that stretched on and on. I can't. Kazuma clutched his forehead. his voice laced with pain. So used to having you around that I never realized it. Can't imagine a world without you, and I wouldn't want to live in one. Whoa, that's awfully heavy. That's kind of where I feel like the last ending, where it was like, Kazuma's heart shattered, and then, no, I shouldn't say anymore, and I'm like, oh, God, what did he do? I feel like this, what they're alluding to here, is what was being alluded to in that one. That's the feeling I got. I was like, did he? I'm not gonna say it, but... That's called a dependency, and you've crossed the line. You need some time to clear your head. I want you to take some time away from your job and away to here, and take a good, hard look at yourself. Huh? But... I'll talk to the agency. Go do some soul searching. If you still can't come up with your answer, then quit this job. Unfortunately, you're still young. It isn't too late to get a fresh start. Miss Kayama finished her admonition. Punishing him, yeah, admonition, whatever. And probably left the cafe. Kazuma... Sorry, I need to be alone. Just can't think straight right now. Kazuma's shoulders slumped and he looked away from me. The next day, Kazuma disappeared. When I reached out to Miss Kayama, she told me he'd quit their agency and gotten a job at another one on her recommendation. She wouldn't tell me where, and I didn't inquire any further. I never saw Kazuma again. Oh. That's like the first bad ending where it's like we just never see each other again. That's so heartbreaking, but at least he's out there hopefully happy moving on with his life, even though we're sad, but like... I'm going to assume... Oh, that's true. We want to do the common route save file. I think that was this one. No, that's Kazuma episode 3. Is that where common route save file was, though? I feel like it had to have been. Where was the common route save file? Episode 1, pretend time. Episode 2. Common route save file is episode 3. Oh, okay. Alright, so this was it. So we're gonna just do this one, but we gotta do... Oh, shit. Crap. Common route bad ending. Okay, pretend if you're skipping pretend time, which I would like to do, but it won't let me, and that pisses me off. Again, it's kind of like I get it, but it's also kind of stupid. You must be busy. Well, there's something I could ask you about, but you're busy. Okay, I'm busy like everyone else. Okay. Wait, no. Okay, we can't. Tell Kazuma in a vague way. Oh, right. Okay, this is like when we're doing the thing. Like, so that was telling him about the script thingy. Okay, whatever. And then you're overprotective! Yikes. You're so overprotective! No, I'm not. I'm just being a good friend. I appreciate that, but it's not like I need to rely on you to do everything. You have your own job. Do you have time to less over me? Anyway. Oh, no. He looks so upset. I just barely avoided spilling the secret, but I almost relied on him again. Be a bad habit. Maybe some part of me just wants to lean on him. Miss! Oh, dear God, and we have to go to the freaking, And then we get to do the thing. He's like, come on, put it in my mouth, and then we shove it in piping hot. Oh, my God. Sorry. Oh, dear God, this scene. I like when he just sneaks in. This is still my favorite thing. Where is it? Yeah, there you go. Come on, put it in my mouth. And then we shove it in piping hot. There's something so wrong about all of those things, but you're welcome that we got to relive them anyway. Hey. I robotically thrust the spoon into his mouth. It's too hot! So how is it, Kazuma? You forget the taste. 1 second? Say, ah! Wipe that smile off your face. You trying to kill me with this heat? Oopsie. You were getting a little too full of yourself, so I got mad. You demon! Common route bad ending is called unfulfilled dream. So, I mean, because this is technically before we went down Kazuma's route, so. And I guess when we start a new save, we'll be able to skip all of these pretend times the way we're supposed to. But I guess because we save them, we can't, which kind of sucks. So I'm guessing what we should do is when I see them coming up, before we get to the save, you know what I mean? Is save beforehand. Like, oh, pretend time's coming up. Save it. So that we don't have to, so that we can just skip it like we're supposed to. But anyway. No, wait, not at all. I laughed. But whether it was forced, I wasn't sure. I mean, we've always been this close, haven't we? I bet anyone would see us as siblings at a glance. Yeah, that's what I thought too. There's no spark going on that'd make us seem like a real couple. Right? That's crazy. Aww. Still, it's pretty unusual for you to bring this up. Is it? Yeah, it's not like I've been avoiding the subject, but we haven't talked about this since maybe last spring. Yeah, maybe. Kazuma went quiet for a moment, looking out at the glimmering festival. Hey, check it out, Spacey. Stand selling sauce brush senbei. I haven't had those in forever. Let's go. Senbei crackers. I've had those. A thin rice cracker made with milk and eaten with sauces. It's a staple at festivals, but it's sold under a different name in candy stores, depending on the manufacturer. The rice cracker itself isn't heavily seasoned, so it's topped with sauces or jams. In the past, it was typical to use strawberry jam, but now there's also cream, sauces, chocolate, and more. Like sauces? It said sauces 300 times. Okay. I breathed a sigh of relief as I followed Kazuma, who was back to his cheerful self. You could go fly down and see Little Bird or simmer down. I don't know how much we're going to have to skip. Oh, this is when we're talking about our dad, right? Was this when we were trying to find our daddy? And so the auditions came to a close. I went back to my old life. Makino and I balanced our film work with new semester at school. Come November, the cast had been chosen and the script was completed. By the new year, principal photography had begun. I kept going to school while working part-time and working as part of the crew. Every day I collapsed into bed as soon as I got home. There was little time for me to think about anything else as I continued living this way. I barely managed to survive each day, let alone pursue my screenwriting studies or search for my father. And then... Guessing we're done skipping. Made it home. Ugh, I can shower in the morning. Should at least clean off my makeup. I never managed to find out who my father was while working on the film. That disappointment lingered in my heart long after the film came out. Perhaps as a result, I began to feel an inferiority complex about my own writing. In the end, I got a plain old office job after I graduated and devoted myself to that. Oh, right. I have to at least watch the 9 p.m. Monday show before I sleep. Listen to this! I'm thinking about changing jobs. Oh, congrats. When are you quitting? Today? Tomorrow? How badly do you want me gone? I was about to ask you for advice. Felt a peculiar pang in my chest as I watched the familiar faces on the screen. It was a world I'd barely dipped my toes into. I'd never set foot there again, no matter how hard I tried. We just gave up on our dream. Guess I couldn't be like you after all, Mom. I had a steady income, so it wasn't a hard life. Nevertheless, something was missing. I sighed, shook my head to banish my thoughts, and kept watching TV. Aww. The end. Bad end. Just all over bad. Alright, well. Bird, simmer down. So... Well, so I'm gonna guess there's probably one of him that's in, but there's two. I wonder where that one is. I don't think there's, I mean, there are after stories, but we've got all of his endings. Short stories. I wonder if there might be, well, they have each, okay, well, maybe this, the senior and junior one, has the individual, like, because you know what I mean? These have, like, the secrets behind, they have other things, and then you have the Kazuma's feelings. I mean, there's a part of me that thinks it would make sense to read the Kazuma's feeling one and, like, whatever, but we're kind of at time, and that might take, who knows. So I think we will read these after the fact, but that could be where the like, a CG could be in one of those. Because we're definitely missing a CG. And I'm going to guess it could be in one of those after stories instead of, like, the final route. I mean, it could possibly be, but, like, this is cute, though. Our good ending was good. I'm happy with it. You know, it was one of those, like, when we got it, I was like, oh, that's kind of sad. Like, I mean, it wasn't really sad, but it was like, oh, I mean, I guess we're leaving it open to, we could possibly have a relationship in the future, but we don't have one now. And then it was like, nah, we're going to start something. And I'm like, okay, I like that. The bad endings were, you know, bad. So good for them for being bad. You know what I mean? Bad endings are usually, I mean, I don't know why I'm saying it like, well, you know, like, cause sometimes bad endings are like, but I don't know. I think sometimes the bad endings are like, well, my God, they're so bad they're good. You know what I mean? You're like, this is all wrong and I love it. And other ones are just traumatic. And then some you're like, oh, that sucks. But, like, you kind of forget about them. You know what I mean? These ones were, like, good in the fact of, oh, no, I don't like them. They make you feel bad. Which, I mean, it's the point. But, again, like I said, some bad endings you play and you're like, oh, okay, that sucks. You know. And you don't really feel much of anything. Or, like, whatever. I don't know. I'll forget about the bad endings in like an hour and then just be like, oh yeah, those weren't great, and then whatever. But at any rate, this was all of Kazuma. We did all of his endings. Everything is fabulous. We are done. So we will be moving on. Now, I still, like I normally do, I have to record another, like, route for the other game we're playing in tandem and then whatnot. So it'll probably be like a week or two at least before I get back here. And I will see, because I believe, actually, technically, this just started posting. I forgot to let you guys know on Twitter, like, hey, this is starting on what? I forgot. Totally forgot. Like, this week has been whatever. But it literally just started posting. So I know I had asked at the beginning, like, if you wanted to see anyone in particular next, since you can do anyone. Well, okay. We could do Harumi or Yukito next, basically, because Riku should technically be last before out of the four, based on the guide. But since Harumi and Yukito, it didn't make a difference, you know, whatever. So if there's any kind of overwhelming, like, oh, absolutely, everybody wants one or the other, I might do that. I'm not 100% sure who we're going to do next. For the guide or the soft recommended order or whatever, I was just going to go down Harumi next. It was just easier because that's the way it is set up in Otome Kitten's guides, like Kazuma, Harumi, Yukito, Riku, and Ichiro. You know what I mean? And it was just easier to follow that so I don't have to be like, wait, did we do who? You know what I mean? But if it's for some reason overwhelming and everybody really wants to see Yukito next, then we'll do him next. But, I don't know when I'm gonna check or see. So, like, obviously when you're watching this part, it's too late. Like, we'll have probably finished that whole other next route. But, I'm just telling you right now, you will see it not tomorrow, but the day after. And I have no idea because it's going to be like 2 weeks for me. So I have no idea who's coming next. So it'll be a surprise for both of us. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.